The Christian is a steward. During our lifetime, the whole world has become very much aware of climate change. Some dispute the whys, but whatever the cause, it is certainly having an effect on our planet in so many ways. I must admit, I don't feel that warmer, but then I've always struggled with the cold. But I do know that, as a child, it was unheard of for ships to transit the Northwest Passage above Canada, as they do today. God made it very clear from the start that we are created to care for the world He made. Scientists discover how intricate is God's creation, and consequently how easy it is for us to ruin it. As a church, we seek in a variety of ways to play our part in the care of God's creation, whether on an international scale through supporting the work of Arosha or in many local initiatives. Our stewardship entrusted to us by God has other aspects. What about our stewardship of our possessions? I was brought up on the guideline of giving to God the tithe, 10%. Giving seemed much more real before the electronic age, when virtually everyone was paid in cash and divided it into separate pots. So when the collection plate was passed round, we really felt when we put in our 10%. And then our gifts were brought forward and dedicated to God, where all things come from you, and of your own do we give you. We are rapidly moving into a cashless society. So how we give back to God has changed. But what does that mean in practice? Standing orders, card readers at the door instead of a plate and the like, enable churches to have a steady income, and it does save a lot of chasing around finding the right cash. It also makes a vast difference helping those overseas. It takes me about 5 minutes to send some money to Tanzania, and they can instantly pick it up in their own currency. The way we receive our income has changed, but the challenge is still to give back to God, as God has given us life, and with it all that we have. Then, in a very personal way, what about our own body? We are part of God's amazingly intricate creation. We have learnt how drastic certain substances can have upon it. I have some old prescription records from my late father. Before the NHS, pharmacists recorded prescriptions in large volumes. There are very few of those medicines that are allowed today. How we were not all heroin or morphine addicts is a wonder. If alcohol was discovered today, it would certainly be banned. Most Christians have stopped smoking since it was found to harm our God-given body. So each of us is challenged to answer. God has created us. God has given us life. How are we being a good steward of our body? So as God's steward, how am I living towards caring for the natural world, towards God's work through my giving? And how do I care for my own body, that wonderful gift created by God?